I didn't get to these. And Brandon Steiner.
What am I doing? Busy. Gary's got me. What?
Are you working with the radio?
That's why I was saying, the sports page $5. I'm all kidding. I'm running like a sword pretty much every night.
So you're running sports for
Yeah, I'm doing all the sports.
Okay, we will be starting here in about 4 minutes at 6:45 p.m. About 4 minutes away, 6:45. Okay, 2 minutes, starting in 2 minutes. One minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Good evening, everyone. You are looking live at Cayley Field in Greencastle. It is senior night, as this is the final home game for the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Klein, along with Ed Gottwald. John Freeman will be along to do the play-by-play of tonight's broadcast. It's the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils and the Waynesboro Indians in a crucial Colonial Division matchup, and a game that could eventually decide the Mid-Penn Colonial Division winner. Pre-game show tonight is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Tonight's game brought to you by F&M Trust, Franklin County Visitors Bureau, Keystone Ford, Del Martin Incorporated, Shippensburg Physical Therapy, Greencastle Eye Care Center, Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, the United States Air Force, Olympian Athletics, Mondorf Pharmacy, Franklin Hardware, Blue Heron Events, and Antrim Diesel. As we get set for the start of tonight's game here in Greencastle, it is the Blue Devils and the Waynesboro Indians. And tonight, Ed, a very big ball game for both schools.
Absolutely. They are really close in the league standings. I think this is Greencastle's final game in the division, and they are 11-5 overall, 8-3 in the conference. Waynesboro have 9-5-1, and they are 6-2-1 in the conference. And Shippensburg is 5-3-1. They're the next best. So if Waynesboro wins tonight and then they win their final two games, they will be the division champions. If Greencastle wins, they will be a half game ahead of Waynesboro, and that's pretty much, I guess, Shippensburg could theoretically, no, they couldn't tie them either. So if Greencastle wins, it's their division. So, yeah, it's clearly a big game.
Yes, it is. So Greencastle win tonight will give them the division.
Yep, because they'll be 9-3 overall. And everybody else would have 3 losses and a tie at least.
So that would
be it. Yep.
That would be it. So it is about as big as it gets. And for the Blue Devils, it's our next to the last game of the season. They will be playing Saturday in Chambersburg against the Trojans at Trojan Stadium. And we will have the live stream of that game right here on Mid-Penn Broadcasting and WRGG on Saturday. And that is a 5 o'clock start, Ed?
5:30.
5:30 start, 5:15 broadcast time from Trojan Stadium on Saturday. And the pregame ceremonies continue here as the seniors are being honored. And we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups as the Antrim Insurance pregame show continues on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network, on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
Underwear. To kids, it's a funny word. Underinsured. To grown-ups, not so funny. While they're both about coverage, most people don't know they're probably underinsured. And it makes sense. They tried to save a few bucks, pressed a few buttons, and click, bing, boom, a policy. But at Erie Insurance, our policies can be tailored to meet your needs, like our guaranteed replacement cost coverage. So if the worst happens, you can rebuild your entire home, no matter what it costs. It's the coverage a grown-up like you deserves, at fair prices that often beat the other guys. Talk to Erie about what's right for exactly where you are in life, not over or under where you are. And yes, I just said underwear again.
Your local Erie agent is Antrim Insurance Agency, 717-593-0500.
Guaranteed replacement cost subject to conditions and limitations. Go to erieinsurance.com/Erie Secure Home or talk to your Erie agent for more information.
Erie Insurance.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. As a community bank based right here in South Central PA, F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. From fast mobile banking to saving reliably for retirement, F&M Trust really partners with you to help keep your life in sync. That's banking done your way. That's F&M Trust. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC.
Let the proven experts at Greencastle Notary Services handle your vehicle title and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Instant registration for Pennsylvania, ATV and boat registration for Pennsylvania only. Greencastle Notary Services can take care of all your vehicle documentation needs. Greencastle Notary Services is conveniently located in downtown Greencastle near the post office at 38 East Baltimore Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 1. Phone 717-597-3600.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. For a very limited time, we have 0% APR for 60 months and up to $3,250 cash back on F-150s. The Edge has 0% for 60 months plus $1,500 cash back. The Versatile Escape has 0% for 60 months. This won't last, so go to keystone4.com and find one today. Does this look like Tom Cruise? He's shorter, right?
You can count on Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle for all your heating and cooling needs. Same-day service, free estimates, 24-hour emergency services, and free second opinions. Phone 717-597-9900 or visit us online at premierhvacpa.com. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals.
Welcome back, everyone, to Greencastle Antrim High School as we get set for the start of tonight's game. The Waynesboro Indians and Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils getting set to square off. And Ed Gottwalls will have a look at the starting lineups in tonight's game.
For Waynesboro in goal will be freshman Bryson Shaw, number 00. Center defense, number 13, Bruce Niederer, a senior. And also number 6, Jackson Cordell, a sophomore. Outside defenders will include number 15, Nathan Lockstamfer, a senior, and number 7, Jack Carell, a junior, who's in for the injured Alex Call. Center midfield will be number 11, Derek Berman, a senior. Outside mids will be number 9, Connor Jacobs, a sophomore. Number 4, Trenton Shetler, a senior. Up front, they'll have striker Amente Smith, a senior, number 2. The wing is number 10, Hayden Oldham, a sophomore. And the other wing is number 21, Josh Clapsaddle, a sophomore. So Waynesboro, fairly young team. They only have 5 seniors in the starting lineup, a bunch of sophomores. Greencastle starts out, they actually have 6 seniors in the starting lineup. Goalkeeper is also a freshman, number 34, Gavin Davidson. On defense, number 20, Connor Klein, a junior. Also on defense, number 14, Cole Hummer, a senior. Number 13, Thomas Oberholzer is a junior defender. And number 8, Brandon Steiner is a junior defender. Greencastle play 5 midfielders, and they include number 5, Jason Freeman, a senior. Number 10, Robert Hockman, a senior. Number 33, Nick Lesky, a senior. Number 18, Taylor Noblet, a senior. And number 2, Jared Rohrbaugh, a senior. So the whole midfield is seniors. And then the striker up front is number 26, Vincent Castillo, a junior.
We will be coming back with the start of tonight's game on the Antrim Insurance pregame show on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network, on midpenbroadcasting.com and the sportspage.blog. You are invited to explore the new Franklin County Visitor Center on Route 11 and Route 30 at the grand opening on Saturday, November 24th. The new gateway to Franklin County, located at 15 South Main Street in downtown Chambersburg, was a former bank building from 1865 until 2015. Visitors can tour the facility and explore stories of Franklin County related to World War I, Franklin County bridges, artisans at work, Franklin Fresh, and On the Move. Videos to showcase the county's history, beauty, and culture will be shown in the bank vault. There will be downtown walking tours, plus itineraries and brochures to explore all of Franklin County. The center will open at 10 a.m., at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 7 p.m. 300 years of American history, including 1864, the ransoming, burning, and rebirth of Franklin County will be presented. Save the date, November 24th, Small Business Saturday, for the grand opening of the new Franklin County Visitor Center.
You can count on Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle for all your heating and cooling needs. Same-day service, free estimates, 24-hour emergency services, and free second opinions. Phone 717-597-9900 or visit us online at premierhvacpa.com. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals.
Greencastle Eye Care Center has been the area's premier eye care provider since 1984. Dr. Sandra Fink-Freeman and Dr. Charlie Parsons provide comprehensive eye exams, including medical eye exams and contact lens fittings for patients from age 1 to over 100. The office has a complete optical department with a wide variety of frames for adults and children. Conveniently located in the John Grove Medical Center off Exit 5 along I-81, Greencastle Eye Care Center is your family eye care provider, always accepting new patients. Call us at 717-597-7708.
Turn your house into a home at Franklin Hardware and Pet Center. We specialize in pet supplies, lawn care, and hunting, camping, and fishing supplies. Franklin Hardware and Pet Center, 1975 Philadelphia Avenue, Chambersburg. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Phone 717-263-2624.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Mondor Pharmacy in St. Thomas and Mercersburg, and McLaughlin's Drugstore of McConnellsburg, your friendly neighborhood pharmacy. Free delivery and drive-through at all 3 locations. We carry Willow Tree products as well as other gift items. Mondor Pharmacy of St. Thomas and Mercersburg, and McLaughlin's Drugstore of McConnellsburg. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And getting ready for the start of tonight's game. Pre-game show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland communities. Greencastle, Waynesboro getting set to start. And for all the play-by-play, here's John Freeman and Ed Gottwalls.
Gary, thank you so much. Welcome to Cayley Field here on the campus of the Greencastle Antrim School District as we get set for this evening's Mid-Penn Conference Colonial game between the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils and the Waynesboro Indians. Looks like we may be a little late in getting things started this evening. It is senior night here in Greencastle. We had the honoring of the seniors between the JV and the varsity game, so that kind of slowed down the pregame warm-ups for the two teams. Both teams are still out on the field warming up as we are now about 30 seconds until 7 o'clock, so we do look like we're going to get a late start here.
Shouldn't take them long to warm up tonight, though.
I wouldn't think so. Beautiful night. Hard to believe it's early October. You feel this weather, and it feels more like a early season game, September maybe, than here on October the 6th. Or 9th, excuse me. Even I lost track of the time. Greencastle comes into the game, Ed. They come into the game with a record of, and I have it written down here somewhere,
11-5.
11-5 on the season.
And 8-3 in the Colonial.
8-3 in the Colonial. Waynesboro 9-5-1 so far in the regular season. They are 6-2-1 in the Colonial. I apologize. I was not here for the pregame show. If you guys covered all this, bear with us. We're going to cover it again.
Well, I think it bears saying again because it is a big game. What really essentially determines the division tonight. If Greencastle wins, they win.
Yeah, it does. Greencastle, go ahead.
If Waynesboro wins, they still have to beat James Buchanan in Big Spring, but they'll be heavily favored against them.
Yeah, Waynesboro would have the upper hand. They would, like Ed said, they still would have to win one of 2 games against either JB or Big Spring. Again, those are two teams they would be heavily favored to defeat. Shippensburg still kind of hanging around. I don't think mathematically they can still win it.
If Greencastle ties tonight and Ship wins out,
that's true.
Then those 2 teams will be tied.
So that is true, both Waynesboro and Shippensburg with ties on the season. Right now, that's the big thing for Greencastle with 3 losses so far in the Colonial. If they can get to 9-3, nobody will be able to catch them. because both Waynesboro and Shippensburg would have 3 losses and a tie, and that would give the Blue Devils the Colonial Division Championship, which would be their 5th in a row.
You know what? I was just looking at this. If Waynesboro and Greencastle tie, and Waynesboro wins out and Ship wins out, it could be a 3-way tie if you go by points.
Could possibly be.
Because Waynesboro would have one less loss, but 1 more tie. I think that works out right. I don't know. We're going to confuse ourselves here.
I think the way things have gone this
it's
season,
a big game.
you may need a degree in upper-level mathematics to figure this out. It's been a wild season in the Colonial this year. The past few years, it's been all Greencastle. Last year, they rolled through the Colonial, went 12-0 to win the division. This year, things a little bit more even. As you can certainly see, you have Waynesboro again at the top of the division for now, at least at 6-2-1. Greencastle 8-3, Shippensburg 5-3-1. So been a very evenly played season so far. And again, Ed, when we go back to August and you look back the way the coaches voted and their predictions for the upcoming season, they had Waynesboro 1, Greencastle 2. So the coaches don't always get it right, but this season they definitely did.
Yeah, and the first time these two teams met, Waynesboro picked up a 2-0 win. Of course, that was down at Waynesboro, so big night for Greencastle here with a senior night, and I guess it's their last home game too, unless they get one in district. So
yeah, it will be their last regular season home game of the year. Right now, Greencastle sitting at number 8 in the power rankings, top 16 go. So the 8th place team would get a first-round home game.
Yep.
Greencastle does have a big game looming on Saturday against Chambersburg, against a very good Chambersburg team. That will certainly be a tough one for the Blue Devils there. So
well, I'll tell you one good thing about Greencastle, though. They're off until Saturday. Chambersburg played Thursday, Friday, yesterday, today. They lost to Redland today 1-0, which really hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
And they play Thursday. So Greencastle is going to have a lot more rest before that. So that might be a factor by that time.
Yeah, Greencastle needs a win. Definitely needs at least a win tonight, and most likely a win on Saturday against Waynesboro if they want to stay in that number 8 spot and get a first-round home playoff game. They are, for all intents and purposes, in the playoffs. Even a loss tonight and a loss Saturday, I really don't see how that drops them all the way down to 17 and out of the playoffs. So
right.
The Blue Devils will be in the district playoffs, which get underway 2 weeks from tonight.
Waynesboro sits right now at 20th in 4A, so they need some help. Of course, they have 3 games left. If they can sweep those, and some of the teams above them might lose a couple, they might be able to sneak in, but it's only going to be like 16, 15. Probably don't see them getting any higher than that.
Yeah, they need to win out. As Ed said, they were 20th in the power rankings, but they hadn't factored in last night's win as last time when I checked earlier today. So I don't know if that moves them up a spot or not. But
they had actually moved from 21st to 20th before they reported it because some other teams lost. Okay. And I thought it had counted. I looked at the records like, no, it's not in there yet.
No, they still have them at 8-5-1 in the power rankings. But again, Waynesboro, for all intents and purposes, is going to have to win out tonight and their final 3 games, and probably still have to get a little bit of help ahead of them, have some teams lose if they want to sneak into that top 16 in Quad A. Looks like both teams are leaving the field right now, so we're probably only a few minutes away from getting things underway. Again, as Ed mentioned, these 2 teams played back on September 13th at Waynesboro. The Indians were victorious 2-0 in that game. It was a game where Waynesboro took control of the game early, dominated play on both ends of the field, jumped out to the 2-0 lead, and then just kind of sat back on defense and just stuffed the Greencastle offensive attack. Greencastle really unable to do a whole lot in that game offensively. Waynesboro, again, winning that game 2-0, and it was a pretty easy victory for the Indians in that game. So, again, Greencastle looking for some revenge tonight. And as Ed said, and one thing we'll definitely be keeping an eye on tonight, a win by Greencastle gives them the Colonial Division Championship. A win by Waynesboro puts them in the driver's seat for the Colonial Division Championship.
Yeah, I was talking to Waynesboro coach Brian Stum last night, and he thinks the biggest factor is a pretty simple one. If his team shows up, he thinks they'll be fine because he thinks they match up pretty well against Greencastle. Unfortunately, he said the tendency for his team this year is they're Mr. Jekyll or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He never knows which team's going to show up. So, if the good Waynesboro team shows up tonight, I think he'll be feeling pretty good about their chances. But if not, then it could be a wild one.
And again, that first matchup between these 2 schools was a very interesting one. There was an incident with about 4 minutes into the game where Greencastle thought there was a foul. It was not called. Eric Bruner, head coach of the Blue Devils, ended up with 2 yellow cards and was tossed from the game in the first 5 minutes. So that was kind of an interesting start to a game down at Waynesboro.
That sounds like most Greencastle Waynesboro games.
Yeah, well, actually, after that, it wasn't. It's kind of funny. You're right. Usually, these two teams, when they play, it is a very physical contest. A lot of contact, cards, fouls, and whatnot. But after that, I don't know if the official was trying to send a message, but apparently it worked, because after that, it was a fairly cleanly played game, at least by the standards of these two schools. So we'll see what happens here tonight. Again, these two teams, rivals in pretty much every sport they play. The two teams, football will be matching up on Friday. Soccer here tonight. Girls right now are playing in Waynesboro. The Greencastle girls and Waynesboro girls playing in Waynesboro. So, we'll see. Greencastle's been kind of a similar thing. They've played well. They've come out slow. I think the key tonight for the Blue Devils is definitely going to be the first 10 minutes of this game. If they can win the first 10 minutes, then they have a chance. One of their faults here this last half of the season is they've unfortunately have fallen behind early, and they put themselves in a hole that they've been unable to get out of. That's exactly what they did against Waynesboro back in September 13th. They did the exact same thing a couple of weeks ago against Boiling Springs, and also last week to Big Spring, losing those games, giving up early goals and being unable to battle their way out of it.
Yeah, that's always crucial, because if you've got the lead, you can sort of dictate the style of play. And if you have a more than one goal lead, you can certainly kind of change your style around to be a little more defensive. That's, I guess, what happened to Waynesboro and Greencastle the first time. The Waynesboro got the 2-0 lead, and they were able to sit back and just take care of Greencastle's offense.
Apparently an issue with the scoreboard that's stuck on 2-0, although trying to figure out a way to
guess
get
that was
it
the score of the
to 0.
JV game, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Not sure what they're going to do. I guess maybe we'll just use stones or something and put on the bleachers. And
well, the good thing with soccer is it's pretty easy to keep track of the score.
Yeah, it's not like a basketball scoreboard.
Right. Yeah, there'll be trouble then.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But we're going to take one more break?
Yeah, we'll take another break.
We're going to take one more break, and we'll be back with the start of this game. You're listening to Blue Devil Soccer on WRGG 93.7 FM, WRGG.org, and MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Everybody likes having more room. That's why F&M Trust designed the home equity loan and line of credit with features you'll love, including a great low rate. So add more room in your budget and your life with F&M Trust. Apply today at fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
When it comes to choosing a venue and caterer for your special day, choose Blue Heron Events from Scratch Catering to ensure your event is perfect in every way. Free tastings are available prior to planning your celebration, and you'll reap the benefits of 25 years of experience from our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Your perfect venue for weddings, banquets, receptions, birthdays, and corporate events. Blue Heron is constantly upgrading facilities to better serve our community. Check out our great Google reviews. Phone 717-830-2261. Blue Heron Events from Scratch Catering, 407 South Washington Street, Greencastle.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. For a very limited time, we have 0% APR for 60 months and up to $3,250 cash back on F-150s. The Edge has 0% for 60 months plus $1,500 cash back. The Versatile Escape has 0% for 60 months. This won't last, so go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today. Does this look like Tom Cruise? He's shorter, right?
Let Olympian Athletics in downtown Waynesboro outfit your team with uniforms, warm-ups, hats, spirit wear, and more. Olympian Athletics offers all types of clothing and accessories, from traditional to fashion to uniforms and workwear. We do screen printing, embroidery, and digital design, individual and team trophies for any event. Olympian Athletics, 55 West Main Street in downtown Waynesboro, open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5.
And welcome back to Cayley Field, just about set to get things underway here. Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division Soccer, Greencastle and Waynesboro just about set to get things kicked off. The national anthem sung live by Greencastle student Ashley Moore. A wonderful job by Ashley I had no idea they did that live, but she does a heck of a job for singing live.
Yeah.
That's not an easy song to sing.
It was interesting that her friend was up there with two cameras
Phones.
taping it. Yeah, 2 phones taping it. One's not enough. Had to be on both of them.
Well, it's in stereo.
Yep.
Both teams are on the field. We are just minutes away from getting things underway here in Greencastle as the Blue Devils and the Indians are about set to get things underway. Greencastle will be moving from left to right across the computer screen towards the elementary school, I guess is the best way to describe it if you're familiar with how things are laid out here on the Greencastle Antrim School District campus. Waynesboro will be moving from right to left. They will be operating towards the scoreboard or the high school, depending on how you want to look at it. The officials are in place. The teams have been announced. And again, we are just seconds away from getting things underway.
Got some serious discussions in both the huddles out there.
I was going to say this is taking longer than usually it does.
They're serious about this one.
2 officials for tonight's contest. And now they finally, Greencastle breaks the huddle. And Waynesboro wrapping up their pregame huddle out on the field. And we will be set to get things underway here.
Maybe.
Hopefully, we'll see.
There we go.
We'll see.
That was a long huddle there.
Greencastle will have Gavin Davidson in goal tonight. Waynesboro will counter with Bryson Shaw.
I think it's interesting that we have 2 freshman goalkeepers. That's pretty unusual, I would think.
That definitely is. The 2 netminders here this evening, they will be doing all they can to keep the ball out of the net as Waynesboro will kick things off to get underway. Berman drops it back to Connor Jacobs, who boots it down the field. And we are underway here from Greencastle. Waynesboro with possession of the ball. Trenton Shetler, he loses possession, knocked up the field by Nate Kirkwood for Taylor Noblet knocks it up the field. Now the 2 teams are just going to battle around the 50-yard line. Greencastle finally does get possession. Noblet goes over to Jared Rohrbaugh. Rohrbaugh looks to go ahead to Connor Klein. Klein, a nice pass up to Nick Leski. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's last touched by the Indians. So Greencastle will have a throw in on the far side. We'll call it 45 yards from net. Ball is inbounds to Noblet. He loses it out of bounds. And Waynesboro should get the throw in here. Or no, they're going to give it to Greencastle. Kind of hard to see on that far sideline.
Change that call.
So a throw in by the Blue Devils deep to Castillo. He looks to go in front of the net, knocked out of the way there. I believe that was Jackson Cordell, I believe, that got a foot on it. Numbers kind of small on the 2 teams, kind of hard to recognize everybody. Now Greencastle will regroup out around the 50. Jason Freeman with the ball. He falls down, picked up by number 10. That's Hayden Oldham. Oldham with a nice run. He can't play it, loses it to Cole Hummer. Now Hummer tries to clear. Derek Berman with a nice defensive job to step in the passing lane there as Waynesboro takes possession around the 50-yard line.
They're going to switch fields now.
Indians are going to work the far side of the field now. And they lose possession. That's knocked ahead by Leski. Now there's Vinny Castillo with the ball. He has some room. Castillo in on net, tries to go around the goaltender. And a nice job there by Shaw. Now Castillo gets it back, and there's a shot towards the net. And Shaw is there for the save. So the first scoring opportunity of the game goes to Greencastle. But Waynesboro goaltender Bryson Shaw comes up big.
Very nice timing on his part there because Castillo had broken free and got past his defender, and he was going to be able to have a pretty clear shot, but Shaw came out and got there and took the ball off his foot before he could kick it.
Just underway here from Greencastle, 37 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Greencastle with possession. Rob Hockman looks to go ahead to Jared Rohrbaugh. Too far for Rohrbaugh. The ball will go out of bounds, and Waynesboro with the throw-in. Jack Carell gets it in to Lockstamper. He's going to go up ahead. There's Thomas Oberholzer for Greencastle. He tries to get it up ahead to Rohrbaugh. Rohrbaugh can't control that. It goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Indians. Jack Carell with the ball. He looks for a place to throw. He finally goes up ahead. There's a battle for the ball. Oldham and Oberholzer battle for it. Now there's a scramble at the 50-yard line. Jason Freeman comes away with it. Now he's going to try and find some space and create a little bit of offense for the Blue Devils. He drops it back to Hockman. Hockman gives it right away to number 21. That's Josh Clapsaddle. And the Indians look to counterattack. Nice pass by Berman down the far side. Brandon Steiner over there as he lets the ball go out of bounds. So the Blue Devils will have a throw-in with 36 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
It looked like it was going to be a really nice pass by Berman, but the diagonal was not quite exactly right, and Greencastle did ride it out of bounds.
Now Waynesboro trying to get the ball out of their defensive zone. Nice play there by, that's Jared Rohrbaugh on the far side, getting in the way of 2 passes. Ball finally goes out of bounds. Last touch by Rohrbaugh. So the Indians will have the throw in. They do throw it in across midfield. And that's Brandon Steiner who clears it down into the Waynesboro side of the field.
Lots of midfield play right here, which is not surprising, kind of feeling each other out.
Castillo to Noblet. He has a little bit of room, comes near side to Rob Hockman. Hockman at about the 20-yard line. He gives it away to Waynesboro.
Here comes
and
Berman.
Back come the Indians. Berman kind of lost track of the ball, and he loses possession to Taylor Noblet for Greencastle. Noblet goes far side to Lesky, bounces off Lesky's foot, goes out of bounds. And the Indians will have a throw-in on their side of the field. As Waynesboro looks to move the ball up the field, possession loss to Greencastle. Now here's Jared Rohrbaugh with the ball, 45 yards from net, tries to go around number 9. That's Connor Jacobs. Nice defense there by Jacobs, but the Blue Devils do get it back. Comes free to Jason Freeman. He heads up to Noblet. Noblet looks to head it forward.
It was Nieder who came through there with the ball.
Now Lesky loses possession, but Noblet gets it back. Noblet's going to chip it into the box. Castillo gets a head on it, but Waynesboro does a nice job to clear it away to Derek Berman. Berman guarded closely by Rob Hockman. Nice move there by Berman to get away and create some space. Now he's going to drop it off to Connor Jacobs. Jacobs goes up ahead to Josh Clapsaddle as Jason Freeman takes it from him, but the ball goes across the sideline.
Just barely across the line.
So Waynesboro will have the throw-in directly in front of us.
Now Waynesboro has yet to get the ball any closer than like 40 yards from goal.
So a throw-in by Jack Carell for Waynesboro as Greencastle sets the defense. Now Carell throws it up ahead to number 4. That's Trenton Shetler. He loses possession of the ball to Brandon Steiner. Steiner's going to go far side to Nick Lesky. Lesky, nice pass up ahead to Noblet. Good defense there by the Indians. Knocks it away from Noblet. That's Amente Smith with the ball. He drops it back to number 9, Connor Jacobs. Now Waynesboro is going to try and work possession up the field. Battle for the ball at the 50-yard line. Up ahead to Jared Rohrbaugh. Rohrbaugh unable to get there. Nice defense by Nathan Lockstamper to keep Rohrbaugh away from the ball and kick the ball out of trouble, but he does kick it out of bounds.
It was a good pass by Vinny Castillo there to get Rohrbaugh free a little bit, but good defense by Waynesboro.
That's Nick Lesky. He tries to head it forward, but it heads at the opposite direction. Now Waynesboro is going to come back. Derek Berman with the ball. He goes far side to number 10, Hayden Oldham. Oldham down the right side, tries to make a move, does a nice job, and there's a shot on goal, and a nice save there by Gavin Davidson off the Amente Smith shot. Ball came free out around the 15-yard line, and Smith got a nice foot on it. But Gavin Davidson comes up big for the Blue Devils to deny that shot.
That was a very nice play by Waynesboro, the way they brought that up there. It was a first real chance, and they almost made it work.
Corner kick for the Blue Devils in front, knocked clear by, I think that was Cole Hummer that knocked that away, and the ball will go out of bounds. Or excuse me, Nick Lesky with the nice clear. That ball was free, rolling around in the box.
And they're going to let Greencastle's going to get the possession.
So the Blue Devils will have a throw in from their own end.
That was a nice drop back pass there by Oldham that created that shot for Waynesboro.
Noblet tries to go ahead. Connor Jacobs with a nice defensive play there to take the ball away from him. Now a scramble for it. Jacobs going to win it as Waynesboro tries to get it ahead to Berman. Now they're going to drop it back to Clapsaddle. He's played by Hockman. The ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Blue Devils. So Carell with the throw in right in front of us. He gets it off to number 13 for Waynesboro. That's Nieder. I have him down as 15, I think. Oh, I do have him as 13. Okay. And a whistle and a foul called.
That's the first foul of the game so far.
So the Blue
8
Devils,
minutes in.
Blue Devils will have a free kick at the 32-minute mark here of the first half. No score in this one. Both teams have had opportunities, one good goal-scoring opportunity each. But on both occasions, freshman goaltenders Bryson Shaw for Waynesboro and Gavin Davidson for Greencastle coming up with big saves early to keep this game scoreless. Now here's a long free kick by Oberholzer into the box, headed away by Waynesboro. And then a nice job to clear it out by the Indians. Up ahead to Oldham. He has some space as he crosses the 50-yard line. Now he works it up ahead to Berman. Berman tries to go around Cole Hummer. Nice defense there by Hummer. As the ball goes out of bounds, Waynesboro will keep possession.
That wasn't going to work. Hummer had really good position on that, and I think he sensed it was coming.
So
a couple subs coming in.
That is number 28, Luke Bay, in for Greencastle.
It's Caleb Robinson, number 20 for Waynesboro.
Well, a whistle and a foul called there. As Waynesboro will get the ball with a free kick from about 35 yards from net.
This is the first free kick they've had. Nieder is going to take it.
Greencastle will set up a three-man wall. So Bruce Niederer will let it fly from about 35 yards away. He puts it towards the net. Nice job there by Hummer to get that blocked. Now given right away, and a shot on goal there by number 9 Jacobs, as Gavin Davidson is there to make the save.
Waynesboro's got 2 shots and 2 shots on goal, but Davidson's got them both.
And Davidson will punt the ball up to midfield where it's played by the Indians. Loose ball, a couple of Blue Devils collide as Berman takes possession of the soccer ball. Now Berman's going to go near side over to number 7, that's Jack Carell. Carell drops it back. Castillo playing defense does a nice job to take that away. He gets it over to Jason Freeman on the near side. Freeman tries to go up the near sideline for Rohrbaugh. Too far on that left-footed kick. It'll go out of bounds, and the Indians will take possession. Under 30 minutes to go here, first half in this one.
Nice play by Freeman there to keep the ball from going out of bounds.
Some contact there as Castillo will be called for a foul.
Yep.
As he knocked Niederer to the ground. So Niederer from his own 24-yard line will put the ball in play, and he's just going to go cross field to Lockstamper. Lockstamper's going to bring it up the far sideline. He has plenty of room. Gets it up to Berman. Now Berman's going to turn and try and make a move on Hummer. Nice pass there by Berman inside to Oldham. Ball comes free. Oldham still has possession. And the ball's going to be knocked clear by Rob Hockman out of bounds, so throw in for the Indians.
I was interested to see Oldham tonight because he has 15 goals, which is exactly half of Waynesboro's total for the team. And he's not very big.
No, he definitely isn't.
He took a shot there. It's going to be another Waynesboro free kick. Yeah, he's only, 4 feet 4 or something like that maybe. Seems like it. But he's quick. I like what I've seen so far.
So from the near side, Niederer at about the 13-yard line. Greencastle again with a 3-man wall. He's going to try and bend it into a group of teammates in front, knocked clear by Connor Klein. So nice job there by Klein to get that ball out of trouble, but the ball does go across the end line. So another corner kick coming up here for the Indians.
That was a pretty good kick by Niederer there. He put it right in a dangerous area. Greencastle had to work pretty hard to clear it out.
Left-footed corner kick in front, and that's a perfect play there by Waynesboro on the corner kick, and that was, I believe, number 4
scored.
Trenton Shetler comes in untouched with the header to put the Indians up 1-0 on a great corner kick there by the Indians, and Shetler able to run free into the box unguarded, and quite honestly, that's a very easy goal for Waynesboro.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been that easy. He was wide open. He had a chance to really look and see what was in front of him, and Davidson was covering the near side of the goal, and he was kind of midway, or probably about the 6-yard line. He had the whole half of a goal to shoot at. Not going to miss that too many times.
28 minutes, 1 second to go here in the first half. Waynesboro up on top 1-0 in this one as Trenton Shetler scores the opening goal of this contest.
Did not see who had the assist on that, but it was from the corner kick directly, so we'll figure it out eventually.
Back come the Indians again on the attack. Now near corner, going to try and throw it in front. Hummer blocks it. Ball still in play as Lesky tries to clear it. That was a foul that wasn't called, but Greencastle will get the ball on a throw-in as Hummer was run over by that was number 20, Caleb Robinson, who ran Hummer over.
I think I would have called that a foul if I had a whistle in my hand.
So now Waynesboro with the ball and a 1-0 lead.
And John, Waynesboro has definitely taken control of this game. Even before that goal, they had possession pretty well sealed up for about 5 or 6 minutes there after Greencastle had a good bit of it early.
And again, the Blue Devils almost with a giveaway there. Rohrbaugh does a nice job to maintain possession. Now he goes up ahead to Nick Lesky. Lesky drops it back to Rohrbaugh. And again, you'll see Waynesboro kind of drop back into a little bit of a defensive mode here as they do have a 1-0 lead. As that is Thomas Oberholzer battling for the ball with Oldham. And Oberholzer was the last to touch it, so Waynesboro will take possession of the ball.
For about a split second, then they kicked it out of bounds.
As Niederer can't control that. And now the Blue Devils will have a throw in, and I guess they're going to do it again. Ran a little too far up.
Yep.
So Greencastle will have a throw in on the near side from their half of the field. Jason Freeman up ahead tries to get it to Lesky, but headed away nicely by Waynesboro. And a battle for the ball.
It's going to be a foul on
and
Greencastle.
A foul called there on Greencastle.
That Oldham is a hustler. He's thrown his body around getting in front of people, and he's been fouled twice now. He got good position on it and got fouled from behind.
So now Bruce Niederer will kick the ball on a free kick to get things back going here with 25 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Long free kick into the middle of the field, struggle for it. Berman comes away with it, but then Greencastle takes possession. Then Berman gets it right back. He makes a nice play, and there's another goal for Waynesboro.
That's Derek Berman to
Oldham.
To Jason Oldham.
So Hayden Oldham with a
goal.
Sorry. As Berman splits the Blue Devil defense and makes a nice pass to Oldham. And shades of September 13th as Waynesboro jumps out to an early 2-0 lead.
That was a very nice play by Derek Berman. He had at least 3 defenders around him that took a shot at the ball, but he was able to make a couple nice moves in there, get the ball, push the ball past the defenders. And Oldham made a nice little run to give himself a perfect angle, and Berman was definitely looking for him. Pretty easy finish by Oldham there. He had nobody in front of him except the goalkeeper and the whole goal to work with.
So 2 goals by Waynesboro in a span of less than 3 minutes. And now the Indians with a commanding 2-0 lead here as we come approaching the midway point of the first half.
So it looks to me like Mr. Hyde might have been out there for Waynesboro in the first 5 minutes, but not now.
Nice ball movement there by the Indians as Robinson tries to keep it from going out of bounds, but it will cross the end line, and Greencastle will have a goal kick as the Blue Devil offense looks to try and solve this Waynesboro midfield and defense. And one thing we've seen from Waynesboro, at least the first time these two teams played, they can drop people back on defense and make life miserable for an offensive team.
I don't think they'll do that for a while. They might second half maybe, depending on what the score is, but they still seem to be in attacking mode here right now.
Blue Devils with the ball. Castillo drops it back to Luke Bay. Bay loses it to Berman. Now Berman's going to run free. He has some space. He's going to go up ahead for Oldham.
Somehow that ball got through.
Connor Klein misplays it, and Oldham almost had a shot at a goal there. But the ball rolls across the end line, and a goal kick for the Blue Devils. I think the fans
they're going to call it, say it's a corner. It looked like he might hit off one of the defender's legs.
So a corner kick here for the Blue Devils.
See who's taking this one.
It looks to be number 20, Robinson.
Yep. This is probably the guy who had the assist because he was left-footed.
Yeah, it was. And again, Robinson's going to kick it high in the air. Ahead on it by number 9, Jacobs, but he can't really do much with that pass as it goes out of bounds. And the Blue Devils will get the ball back on a goal kick.
Yeah, that corner kick was about 5 or 6 yards further than the first one and a little bit too far to do anything with.
So Thomas Oberholzer will put things back in play for the Blue Devils. Jason Freeman gets a head on it up ahead to Castillo as the ball goes skyward and comes free. chase for the ball. Berman's going to come away with possession as he tries to go around a couple of Blue Devil defenders, and they're going to call Greencastle for a foul.
I think somebody tugged on his jersey.
So a foul called on the Blue Devils.
Right now, Berman is working harder than anybody on the field. He's gotten a lot of loose balls, a lot of 50-50 balls, and he's made some great passes once he's gotten possession.
So Niederer will have a free kick from the 25-yard line. He puts it in play, a line drive right to the goal, and Davidson is there for the save.
Yeah, that time he wasn't looking for anybody's head. He was looking to score on that. It was a well-hit shot, but Davidson really had no trouble handling that.
So the two teams will reset back at midfield. The goal kick comes up to Rohrbaugh. As Rohrbaugh looks to go up ahead for Noblet. Nice job there by Lockstamper, as he gets in the way of that pass. Now Greencastle gets possession of the ball back. Noblet with the ball far side, looks to go inside to Castillo, and that's going to be cleared away by Carell. Ball comes free, still free, as Berman's going to run it down at midfield. Now Berman's going to look to go midfield here and probably try and go crossfield, as Jason Freeman knocks it free, but there's a Waynesboro player right there to take possession. Connor Jacobs now with the ball. He goes to Niederer. Niederer is going to go far side. Nice defensive play there by the Blue Devils' Taylor Noblet as he steps in to knock the ball upfield, and a whistle called, and I believe a foul is going to be called on Waynesboro. Looks like it will be, as Greencastle will put the ball in play from their own 31 or 32 yard, or 35, I guess they'll finally set it up.
That foul must have been behind the play somewhere. It was
Oberholzer set to get the game back to action here. Long kick up ahead. Ball comes free to Luke Bay. He tries to throw it towards the net, deflected by Waynesboro. Now Nick Lesky with the ball. He loses possession, and it comes free back to a Blue Devil player. That's Luke Bay with the ball. Bay tries to go down the near sideline. He loses possession as the ball rolls out of bounds, and Waynesboro will have the throw in from deep in their own territory. 2-0 our score here from Greencastle. Waynesboro with 2 goals in 3 minutes as they open up a 2-0 lead as the clock ticks down to 20 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Shot on goal by Jason Freeman, kind of a knuckleball shot. Shaw is there to make the easy save off one bounce, and he'll let it fly up to midfield. Greencastle misses a header as Brandon Steiner plays it up ahead to Taylor Noblet. Now Noblet's just going to kick it into the Waynesboro bench, and the Indians will take possession just on their side of the field.
As Josh Clapsaddle for Waynesboro went pretty high up in the air, tried to get that header, but didn't get it and fell right on his back. Got right up, though.
Long throw in for the Indians. Here's Jack Carell with the ball. Carell down the near sideline. He tries to get it off to Connor Jacobs, and Jacobs gets in front of a Greencastle player and gets run over. I guess that's what
there must have been a push right before that, because the one I saw should have been against Greencastle, but I think the Waynesboro guy pushed him ahead of time.
Free kick goes directly to the Indians. As Berman with the ball, he drops it back to Niederer. Niederer throws it to the middle of the field where Connor Klein is. Klein gets bumped off the ball by Oldham. Now comes free to Jared Rohrbaugh. Greencastle looking to get a little offense going here as Rohrbaugh gives it up to the Waynesboro defense. And now the Indians are going to try and come back, but now a turnover again at midfield.
Waynesboro seems to be able to just stick a foot in there and block those Greencastle passes from where they want to go. They just can't get that through ball to get anybody free, except for that one early in the game.
Now both teams struggling to get some offense going, as again the ball played in the midfield. And there's a shot by Robinson, goes off the foot of Oberholzer. I think they're going to say it went out of bounds prior to the ball being kicked. So Greencastle will have a throw in from their side, just on their side of the 50-yard line. As more substitutions, looks like George Skihan into the game, number 18 for, excuse me, that's number 19. That's Brett Kaufman checks into the game for Waynesboro. Now the Blue Devils with a throw in. Hockman tries to head it into the middle, right to a Waynesboro player. Cole Hummer's there to clear for the Blue Devils. He gets it up ahead to Castillo. Castillo can hold on to that one as Lock Stamper kicks it free down the far side and out of bounds.
A little bit of better play here by Greencastle the last 2-3 minutes. They've had the ball down at Waynesboro's end.
So a throw in by the Blue Devils. Jared Rohrbaugh gives chase.
That's going to go off his leg.
Ball cleared by a Waynesboro defender off Rohrbaugh.
We got a sub.
So Waynesboro subbing here. That's number 4 into the game. That is Trenton Shetler, who's back into the game. He scored the first goal for the Indians here this evening to give them the 1-0 lead. Waynesboro does lead at 2-0 here as we approach the 17-minute mark of the first half. Now on the far side, Blue Devils with a throw in, and that goes right to the Indians as they try and clear. Now there's a scramble for a loose ball as Berman comes away with it for Waynesboro. We have a whistle.
Berman's going to get called with a little push there to get to the ball. That's one reason why he got there.
So a foul on the Indians. Greencastle will have a free kick here from about, we'll call it 35 yards from net.
This will be their closest free kick of the night.
And again, Waynesboro will set up the wall about 20 yards away, or 10 yards away. Jason Freeman will take the kick for the Blue Devils as he's just going to throw it into the middle, right into the wall.
I guess he was taking a shot on that one.
And the wall did its job there. Now Freeman tries to get it. He can't get the ball. Nice defense there by Waynesboro as the ball cleared across the far sideline by the Indians, and a throw in for Greencastle. So back to action we go. Nate Kirkwood with the long throw in into the box. Scramble for the ball. Waynesboro comes away with it. Nice job there by Niederer to clear that out of trouble as he kicks it into his own bench, and the Blue Devils again with another crack at it on the throw in. Now here's Steiner. He's going to just a long chip into the box, and the goaltender came out to try and catch that. Ball ricocheted off his hand and out of bounds, so a break for Greencastle.
Yeah, that play really had nothing going for it, just a lob in there, but I have a feeling he must have taken his eye off the ball and it just slipped right through his hands over the end line for a corner.
So it could have been a goal kick or even a punt for Waynesboro. Now becomes a Blue Devil corner kick.
Just be glad he didn't do that in front of the goal.
Yeah, that could have been really bad. Deep kick and actually out of bounds. Not a very good corner kick there by Oberholzer as he hooked it out of bounds over the net. Greencastle no chance to score on that. So Waynesboro will have a goal kick.
That's the kind of play that'll drive coaches nuts.
Get
your first corner kick of the night and you kick it out of bounds.
So clock ticking down, under 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Waynesboro with a goal kick. Nice kick up ahead. That's number 14 with the ball. That is Paul Skehan, who just subbed into the game a few minutes ago for Waynesboro. Now Robinson with the ball. He tries to go past the Blue Devil defender, Thomas Oberholzer. Oberholzer cuts him off. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Waynesboro.
A couple Greencastle subs coming in here.
Noblet back into the game for Greencastle. Adam Murr into the game for Greencastle. Luke Bay and Jared Rohrbaugh will head to the bench for a break.
This is the kind of night both coaches are probably going to give guys a lot of rest because it's a little warmer than usual and pretty muggy.
Now here's Greencastle's Adam Murr. He's manhandled by a couple of Waynesboro defenders. And a foul is called. So the Blue Devils with a free kick from about 40 yards from net. As Waynesboro once again will set up the wall.
I don't think Freeman's going to take a shot on this one. He's about 5 yards further out. Looks like everybody's gathered on the far side of the field, going to rush the goal here.
Just throw it up towards the net, hope for the best. That's exactly what they do. No one gets there. And about as easy save for Bryson Shaw as he's going to have all night, as he just makes an easy catch on the shot by Freeman. Now the punt by Shaw's a little short. Hits around the 32-yard line. Scramble for the ball. Nate Kirkwood comes away with it for Greencastle. He's going to chip it into the box, looking for Jason Freeman. Nice defense there by the Indians. Cleared out there by Niederer.
Niederer seems to be the real linchpin in that defense. He's made a lot of clears already tonight.
So Niederer gets that out of trouble, out of bounds. Throw in for the Blue Devils. And that ball's thrown right to number 4 for Waynesboro. That's Trenton Shetler. As the Indians look to work the ball back up the field with a 2-0 lead. Scramble for the ball around the 25-yard line. Long pass across for Robinson. He does a nice job to keep it in play. Tries to get it up ahead for a teammate. That's number 19 with the ball, Brett Kaufman. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Devils. And substitutions again for the Indians. I believe that's Hayden Oldham back into the game.
Clapsaddle came back in too.
Robinson will leave. I'm not sure who the other player to leave the field was, but a pair of starters back on the field for the Indians as Thomas Oberholzer clears that one out of trouble. Throw in for the Indians.
More subs.
More substitutions.
Oldham's back in now.
Jared Rohrbaugh back into the game for Greencastle.
Connor Jacobs back in for Waynesboro too.
3 subs in for Waynesboro. Number 13, Niederer, I don't think Niederer ever left. He's just running into possession as number 7, that's Jack Carell. He will throw the ball in for the Indians. He gets it into Niederer. Niederer guarded by Noblet. Now Vinny Castillo steps in to help on defense. Castillo takes it away. Now Castillo trying to take the ball up the field. He has Jason Freeman down the middle. Tries to go over to Noblet. Knocked away there by Waynesboro. Quick throw in by the Blue Devils. Now Jason Freeman tries to get around number 6, Cordell, but he can't do that. And Shaw comes up with the loose ball.
That was a good play by Cordell there. He could see it was going to go out of bounds, so he just kind of took it along with him to the end line so that Freeman couldn't get to it.
So a goal kick here for the Indians as the clock comes down to the 11-minute mark of the first half. Waynesboro leading at 2-0. A couple of goals less than 3 minutes apart midway through this first half has put the Indians on top 2-0. Ball back in play. Scramble near midfield. Comes loose. Jason Freeman comes away with it for Greencastle. He's going to look to have his offense get set. Now he's going to drop it off to Brandon Steiner. Steiner far side, left-footed kick. Tried to get it up ahead to Kirkwood. Again, nice job by the Waynesboro defense and midfield to get in that passing lane. Now Berman with a nice pass up ahead. Taken away by Greencastle. Rob Hockman with the ball. He tries to take it down the sideline. Somehow the ball stays right on that yellow line, but eventually goes out of bounds. And a quick throw in by the Indians.
It'll charge from behind against Greencastle.
As Clapsaddle with the ball. He was fouled. So a free kick for Waynesboro. Niederer drives it up the field. Oberholzer with the volley up ahead to Jason Freeman. Freeman guarded by a couple of Waynesboro defenders trying to find some space.
Looking for some help too.
Now he's going to drop it off to Oberholzer. Oberholzer tries to get it ahead to Freeman, pass too far. And a nice defensive play there by Shetler to get possession of the ball. Now Shetler with the ball and a lot of space to move. He's going to throw it far side, trying to get it up ahead to Smith. Too far for Amonte Smith, and the ball will go out of bounds on the far side, and the Blue Devils will have a throw in.
There's a nice little trick there by Berman. He stepped on the ball and just kind of gave it a little flick behind him to get it to his teammate, who took off with the open field in front of him.
Substitution by the Blue Devils. Not sure who came in, but Rob Hockman did leave the field as Waynesboro with possession of the ball in the Greencastle end of the field. And nice job there by Oberholzer to step in, clear that ball out of play on down the near sideline as Waynesboro will put the ball back in play with a throw-in. 8:45 to go here in the first half. Greencastle trailing Waynesboro 2-0 in this one. And again, Waynesboro has controlled most of the way. Loose ball comes clear. Hummer with a foot on that. Cole Hummer clears it out of play. They're going to say, I guess it must have touched a Waynesboro player because Greencastle, I didn't quite see that, but Greencastle did get the throw in. Now Noblet tries to step through, and he knocks number 9, Connor Jacobs, to the ground. Foul called on Noblet.
Remember I said 8 minutes into the game there were no fouls? There's now 11.
Starting to add up.
Not bad ones, they're just playing hard.
So Bruce Niederer will get the ball in play. If he's 55 yards from the Greencastle goal, he lets it fly. Long kick down the middle. Could be trouble, but Davidson is there for the Blue Devils to make the save as Berman was rushing in to try and get ahead on that shot.
Looked like Davidson had that measured the whole way. That didn't look like it was going to be dangerous as long as he didn't drop it or something.
Back up to midfield, the ball goes. Waynesboro with possession. Number 9, Jacobs up ahead, trying to get the ball to Smith. Comes free. Greencastle clears it back to midfield. Now Waynesboro with possession of the ball. Nate Kirkwood takes it, gets it over to number 26. That's Castillo. And Kirkwood tries to go up ahead. And there's a play as a Waynesboro player goes to the ground. No whistle there. Now Nick Lesky with the ball near side. He tries to get on the sideline. Nice defensive play there by Clapsaddle.
It's kind of a risky pass, though. He put it in toward the goal. That's not something you want to see, but it worked out.
Waynesboro with the easy clear there. Greencastle will get the ball back on a throw-in. Jason Freeman to Oberholzer. Oberholzer tries to throw it into the box. Gets past the Waynesboro defender, but cleared nicely. Now Castillo tries to head it back in the box. That's cleared away.
That was Locke Stanford that got that one.
Back up to the middle of the field where Berman will take possession of the ball. He's going to go up ahead to number 21, Clapsaddle. Back to Berman.
Nice work there by Berman to get that ball.
Berman, nice pass inside to Oldham. As Connor Klein on the defensive end for Greencastle, able to get in the way of Oldham, slow him down. That allows Gavin Davidson to come up and grab the loose ball.
Yeah, good timing by Davidson on that. You can see the plate develop in front of him. And Oldham is pretty quick, but he got there before he did.
Now Blue Devils with the ball at midfield. Jason Freeman up ahead to Castillo, scrambled down by the top of the box as Bryson Shaw is there to grab possession of the loose ball. A race for the ball, won by...
That was Jackson Cordell that kind of impeded Castillo a little bit, but he did it legally. He's allowed to play the ball too, so he just got his body in the way.
Now up to the other end. Here's Oldham with the ball. He tries to go around the Blue Devil defender. He does exactly that. Throws it in front. Loose ball in front of the net. Shot on, saved. More like smothered by Davidson as the ball came free in front of the net. And I'm trying to get the number of the Waynesboro player that put the shot on goal. I can't really see who that was.
It's the guy on the far side.
Yeah.
There.
Might be number
That's two.
two.
Smith.
Okay, so Monte Smith. Again, Gavin Davidson there to smother the loose ball and keep the Blue Devils still in this. Waynesboro again leading 2-0. We're down to the 5-minute mark here.
That was a real nice play by Hayden Oldham on that previous one. He took the ball to the end line. He was able to use his speed to get to it before he went across the line, and then he dropped one back inside again. But Davidson ended up snuffing that play out.
Again, a scramble at midfield. Waynesboro comes away with the ball. Oberholzer does a nice job there to step in and knock that free, but Clapsaddle was there for the Indians to take possession. Comes free to Nate Kirkwood. He goes up ahead to Castillo. Too far for Castillo as Jackson Cordell will clear the ball out of bounds.
He actually put that ball in the net, the practice net, on the other side of the bleachers.
And again, multiple substitutions here on both sides. And it looks to be 4 new Indians come out on the field and at least 1 or 2 new Blue Devils. I think the coach is looking to get some players some rest here prior to halftime.
Yep.
As we're almost down to 4 minutes to go here in this first half.
Oldham gets the ball, but he had really nobody to work with until some of the Indians get up there toward the front.
Ball knocked out of bounds there by the Indians. I think that might have been Brian Ayala, number 16, who just checked into the game. Throw in for Greencastle, won by the Indians. Now here's Berman with the ball. Berman's going to go near side. Nice job there by, that's Brandon Steiner to step in there on the defensive end for Greencastle. Now the Blue Devils with the ball in the midfield. Jared Rohrbaugh with the ball. He tries to go around number 9. That's Connor Jacobs. Scramble again for the ball. Noblet comes away with it. He can't control it. Greencastle still gets it back. Hockman up ahead to Castillo. Castillo in the middle of the field gets it over to Noblet. Nice job there by Cordell on the defensive end as the ball goes out of bounds and a throw into the Indians.
We just had about a minute and a half of play there where nobody could take more than one dribble or even pass the ball really well because the defenders are right on them both ways.
Ball comes free at the midfield. Berman with it. Knocked away by Jared Rohrbaugh. Now here's Castillo with the ball. Castillo tries to fight his way through a Waynesboro defender. Now Castillo into the box, tries to get it to Jason Freeman, deflected and goes out of bounds.
It'll be a corner kick.
And that will be a corner kick for the Blue Devils, just their second of the game.
That's a little dangerous for Waynesboro. That ball came in and hit off a defender's hip, but it deflected wide of the goal because the goalkeeper would never had a chance at that. He was already coming out.
So the second corner kick of the evening for the Blue Devils. And there's 3 bodies on the floor. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But the ball ends up out of bounds, and Waynesboro will have a goal kick.
Yeah, Greencastle did get a header on it, but it was way high. Yeah, there were 3 bodies there just kind of going all laid out. I'm not sure. Must have been some contact both ways on that.
Waynesboro get things underway. Short goal kick. As they look to work the ball up the field, that's number 17 with the ball, Tyler Hanasek. First time we've said his name this evening. Back to midfield it goes. Back and forth. Luke Bay steps in, tries to clear, gets it right back to Waynesboro. Here come the Indians on the other end. They had some numbers, but Greencastle does get back. Ball comes free in the middle of the field.
Oldham again picking it up.
Oldham with a nice pass there. That's number 14, Hanasek with the ball. Skihan.
Yeah.
As Cole Hummer clears the ball back up towards the middle of the field. Although that goes right to Connor Jacobs. Now Jacobs goes far side. Thrown into the middle. Hummer can't play. It goes right to Oldham. Now nice pass to Berman. Turnaround shot and a Blue Devil goal. So another goal for Waynesboro, coming off a misplay by the Greencastle defense. They were unable to clear it, and Waynesboro makes them pay.
That was
Derek Berman with the turnaround shot.
Yep, the second goal was Oldham assist Berman. This was Berman assist Oldham. Those two working very well together tonight.
So with 1:05 to go here in the first half, Waynesboro with their 3rd goal of the game.
That was a killer for Greencastle. Two goals you can make up. I'm not so sure you can do 3. Not that it hasn't happened.
Back come the Indians again, under a minute to go here in the first half. Berman with the ball. He's going to drop it off to Jacobs. Jacobs tries to go far side or near side. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in for the Blue Devils.
That Oldham covers a lot of ground down there, doesn't he? He's quick.
Greencastle here in the final 30 seconds of the first half going to try and get something going. Here's Castillo with the ball. He's guarded by number 13, Niederer. He goes into the middle, cleared away nicely by Waynesboro. Now Noblet with a shot. That's deflected. And Shaw comes away with the easy save. And he'll just hold on to it and let the clock run out here in the first half. As he kicks the ball up to midfield. And we're down to 1 second to go here, and that will be the end of the first half in a game that has been all Waynesboro Indians. 3 goals by the Indians here in the first half as they jump out to a 3-0 halftime lead here against Greencastle in this game from Cayley Field. We're going to take a quick break here at the half, and we'll be back to recap what's gone on so far here in the first 40 minutes of this one. You're listening to Greencastle Blue Devils Soccer on WRGG 93.7 FM, WRGG.org, and MidPennBroadcasting.com.
The U.S. Air Force flies thousands of missions around the world each day and relies on airmen with specialized mechanical training and skills to make it all happen. When you choose a mechanical career in the Air Force, you'll receive extensive training and experience on some of the most advanced equipment in the world. Call Tech Sergeant Patrick at 717-480-7254 to find out more. This message brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. So if your bank hasn't been doing things your way, visit fmtrustonline.com.
Let the proven experts at Greencastle Notary Services handle your vehicle title and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Instant registration for Pennsylvania, ATV and boat registration for Pennsylvania only. Greencastle Notary Services can take care of all your vehicle documentation needs. Greencastle Notary Services is conveniently located in downtown Greencastle near the post office at 38 East Baltimore Street. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 1. Phone 717-597-3600.
Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, with offices in Shippensburg, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Newville, specializes in orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Our therapists are experts in utilizing the most current therapy techniques, from hands-on manipulation to therapeutic exercise and aquatic therapy. We are a locally owned and operated practice and have a vested interest in the individual patient and community. Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, online at shippt.com. Phone 717-477-8030.
Antrim Diesel is ready to serve all your diesel needs. We provide everything from state inspections to complete repair of diesel-powered vehicles. We offer repairs for commercial trucks, industrial passenger cars, agriculture, marine, and light trucks. Richard Price and his staff have been providing quality service, competitive pricing, and valued customer care for over 25 years. Antrim Diesel, 47 Commerce Avenue, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-7963.
Welcome back to Cayley Field on the campus of the Greencastle Antrim School District. John Freeman and Ed Gottwalds with you here. We are at the half as Greencastle and Waynesboro in this Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. So far, Ed, been all Waynesboro. The Indians lead it at the half, 3-0.
Greencastle may have had like 2 short spells where they did a pretty good job controlling the ball, but they really only got about 1 good opportunity. Other than that, Waynesboro's their offense has been very lethal with a lot of speed up there. The first goal came at 28:02 from, trying to get the first name here.
I think it was Trenton Shetler.
Trenton Shetler. That was a head ball off a corner kick by Caleb Robinson. Really nice serve in there by Robinson, and Shetler was pretty much all alone to do what he wanted to with that one. And then less than 3 minutes later, goal scored by Hayden Oldham, assist Derek Berman. Berman kind of fought through three defenders, and once he got through those, he just dropped a little pass over to Oldham on the right side, and Oldham had nobody in front of him except the goalie. Nice shot into the net. And then with 1:05 left in the half, Oldham returned to favor. He passed to Derek Berman, and Berman knocked one in. So Oldham now has 16 goals on the season to lead the Indians. Berman, I think, now has 5 goals and 5 assists. Those are the 2 top scorers, and they've certainly showed that tonight.
Waynesboro controlling the action throughout most of the first half. Greencastle did have a couple of scoring opportunities, but Waynesboro goaltender Bryson Shaw coming up big for his team when he was needed most. As again, Waynesboro leading this game by a score of 3-0 as we are at halftime here from Cayley Field. Again, in a game, Waynesboro needs this win tonight against Greencastle and then one more win either against James Buchanan or Big Spring to wrap up the Mid-Penn Colonial Division Championship. Greencastle, with a win tonight, would have wrapped up the Colonial Division, but Ed, they're going to have to pull off some sort of minor miracle. They're going to need 3 goals here in the second half and try and at least get it to overtime.
Yeah, they really need to get one fairly early just to kind of change momentum a little bit. You never know. I mean, when you're ahead, sometimes you can sort of let down a little bit. But if Waynesboro can keep them from scoring, that's obviously if they don't get any closer, they're not really going to have a chance.
So far, these 2 schools have played 120 minutes of soccer against each other. Greencastle yet to score a goal against Waynesboro, as again the Indians with the shutout victory on September 13th at Waynesboro when they defeated Greencastle by a score of 2-0.
Yeah, so far in the first half, Waynesboro has 7 shots, and every one of those shots has been on goal, which is pretty impressive. Greencastle has 4 shots, 3 of those on goal. Waynesboro goalkeeper Bryson Shaw has 3 saves. Greencastle's
Gavin Davidson.
There he goes. Couldn't find my roster there. Gavin Davidson has 4. Both teams have two corner kicks. So it's, I mean, the stat totals are not all that far off, but Waynesboro certainly has had a lot more possession, and they've certainly looked more dangerous.
We do have one update from the girls' game being played this evening in Waynesboro. That game just getting ready to start the second half, and the Greencastle girls with a 1-0 lead in that one over the Waynesboro Maidens. So a couple of shutouts brewing here tonight. The Waynesboro boys leading 3-0 in their game. Greencastle girls leading 1-0 in theirs. And we are going to take one last break here as we get set. We're about 3.5 minutes away from the beginning of the second half. We're going to take this one last break, and we'll be back with the start of the second half of this evening's Mid-Penn Colonial Division soccer matchup between Greencastle and Waynesboro. You're listening to Blue Devil Soccer on WRGG 93.7 FM, WRGG.org, and MidPennBroadcasting.com.
To kids, it's a funny word. Underinsured. To grown-ups, not so funny. While they're both about coverage, most people don't know they're probably underinsured. And it makes sense. They tried to save a few bucks, pressed a few buttons, and click, bing, boom, a policy. But at Erie Insurance, our policies can be tailored to meet your needs, like our guaranteed replacement cost coverage. So if the worst happens, you can rebuild your entire home, no matter what it costs. It's the coverage a grown-up like you deserves, at fair prices that often beat the other guys. Talk to Erie about what's right for exactly where you are in life, not over or under where you are. And yes, I just said underwear again.
Your local Erie agent is Antrim Insurance Agency, 717-593-0500.
Guaranteed replacement costs subject to conditions and limitations. Go to erieinsurance.com/Erie Secure Home or talk to your Erie agent for more information.
Erie Insurance.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. As a community bank based right here in South Central PA, F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. From fast mobile banking to saving reliably for retirement, F&M Trust really partners with you to help keep your life in sync. That's banking done your way. That's F&M Trust. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC.
Turn your house into a home at Franklin Hardware and Pet Center. We specialize in pet supplies, lawn care, and hunting, camping, and fishing supplies. Franklin Hardware and Pet Center, 1975 Philadelphia Avenue, Chambersburg. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Phone 717-263-2624.
Greencastle Eye Care Center has been the area's premier eye care provider since 1984. Dr. Sandra Fink-Freeman and Dr. Charlie Parsons provide comprehensive eye exams, including medical eye exams and contact lens fittings for patients from age 1 to over 100. The office has a complete optical department with a wide variety of frames for adults and children. Conveniently located in the John Grove Medical Center off Exit 5 along I-81, Greencastle Eye Care Center is your family eye care provider, always accepting new patients. Call us at 717-597-7708.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
And welcome back to Cayley Field on the campus of the Greencastle Antrim School District. Second half just about set to get underway here. Greencastle and Waynesboro with the Indians leading 3-0 here as we get the second half underway. John Freeman and Ed Gottwals with you as the two teams will switch sides. And Greencastle now moving from right to left. Waynesboro will move from left to right. Greencastle's Vinny Castillo gets the half underway as the Blue Devils look to try and cut into this 3-0 deficit. Greencastle with the ball. Taylor Noblet, he takes it across the mid-court line, loses the ball to Waynesboro. As the Indians take possession, they have the ball on the far side as they look to work the ball down the field. Nice job there by Thomas Oberholzer for Greencastle to knock that ball free and out of bounds. But a throw in for the Indians as they work the ball cross court to Trenton Shetler. Shetler tries to go over to Berman. Jared Rohrbaugh does a nice job there to deflect that pass. Now here's Smith with the ball. He's knocked off by Noblet. Gets it back as Waynesboro does a nice job with ball movement here. Shot on goal there by Shetler from about 30 yards away. Easy save for Gavin Davidson.
Just thought he'd take a chance there. He was pretty far out and hit it pretty low, but right to the middle.
Well, you never know. I mean, the only way you can score is to put it on net.
Yep.
So a punt by Davidson back to midfield. Greencastle trying to work the offense up the field. Jason Freeman with the ball. He's going to drop it all the way back to his end of the field to Oberholzer. Oberholzer with some room. He tries to work it up ahead again. Nice play by Waynesboro on the defensive end.
Freeman had made a nice play there to trap the ball and had time to look for somebody. The only problem was there was nobody there. So he couldn't really go back the way he went. He had to go drop the ball back to his defender. It would have been nice if he had somebody out there in the wing and could have just dropped it off to a square pass.
Ball goes out of bounds to Waynesboro. Ball kicked very high into the middle of the field. Header missed there by the Blue Devils. Now Smith tries to play it, but he loses possession to Brandon Steiner. Steiner up ahead to Taylor Noblet. Noblet surrounded by 3 Waynesboro defenders, really nowhere to go. As Noblet tries to throw it towards the net, he does, but the Waynesboro defense right there, Niederer to make the play, the easy play as he runs the ball up the field. Finally loses possession to Cole Hummer as Hummer will kick it into his own bench. And Waynesboro will get possession of the ball on a throw-in.
Yeah, Niederer is a center defender, but he covers a lot of ground. I've seen him make some pretty long runs to get up there in support of the offense. That time he kind of took it upon himself to get it out of danger.
Just underway, second half, 37 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in regulation. Waynesboro with a 3-0 lead in this one. Now here's Oldham. He gets around the defender. He gets knocked down. Ball comes free. Shot taken there by Smith is high over the crossbar, out of play.
That's actually 9 shots for Waynesboro. It's the first one they've hit off the goal, and that wasn't that far off. That was just over the top. That Oldham is really dangerous. He got that ball down in the corner and made something happen out of that, even though he was well defended.
So a goal kick for the Blue Devils. Up ahead to Noblet. He tries to work it forward to Jason Freeman. He goes cross court to Luke Bay. Bays can't quite possess it as Waynesboro counterattacks. And there's another shot towards the net. It's going to go high and out of play. So again, another goal kick for the Blue Devils.
I'm getting the idea that maybe Coach Brian Stum told his Waynesboro guys, take some long shots. What the heck? Because we've had 3 already this half.
Yeah, can't hurt. I mean, the worst case scenario, you kick the ball out of bounds. Another 15, 20 seconds runs off the clock. As Greencastle will put it into play with a goal kick. Berman there to play it for Waynesboro. Up ahead now, Greencastle gets possession, but Oldham does a nice job to take the ball away from Steiner. Now here's Berman with the ball up ahead to Jacobs. Jacobs chips it ahead, looking to get it to Oldham. Too far for him, and a nice play there by Gavin Davidson to come off the line.
You know, Oldham's one of those players you kind of hate to play against because he's like a little dog chewing at your ankles all the time. He's hustles and he gets a foot on the ball, and you have to keep constantly thinking about him, and he's very fast and hustles a lot.
Now a loose ball at the middle of the field, a collision there. Ball comes free to Waynesboro. Clapsaddle had that. He lost possession. Now Waynesboro gets it right back. Berman drops it off to Clapsaddle. He tries to throw it forward, deflected by a Blue Devil. Now here's a scramble at midfield. Waynesboro comes away with it. Carell throws it cross field to where a Greencastle player knocks it back to Jason Freeman. Now Freeman tried to forward it up ahead towards Castillo. He whiffed on that pass.
But again, he only had that one option. Castillo was the only guy he had to pass to, and that would have been a tough one because Castillo had a man on him.
Now Waynesboro with the ball, a long pass up ahead,
Offsides.
and an offside will be the call. Just our first offside call of the night.
Yep.
as Berman looking to get it up ahead to Hayden Oldham. Oldham was a step ahead of the Blue Devil defense, and the offsides was called.
Yeah, one reason for that no offsides till now, that neither team is really a long ball team. They'd rather make the short passes and kind of take it up the field that way.
So a free kick for the Blue Devils in their own end. Oberholzer drives it up ahead. Jason Freeman heads it over to Noblet. Noblet with possession of the ball, tries to turn.
Ooh.
He gets it up to Castillo.
Noblet got knocked down after he kicked the ball away there.
As Noblet and Smith run into each other, the foul will be called on Waynesboro. And Greencastle with a free kick 35 yards from net. Jason Freeman will try and get it around the three-person wall. And he throws it into the box. Castillo gets a foot on it, tries to settle it. But a great job there by the Waynesboro defense to take it away from him. That's Smith back playing defense. Trying to continue this 3-0 lead, as I think we'll see Waynesboro drop 10 guys back deep. It looks like that's where they are right now.
They are now after that free kick. Yeah, they had everybody back.
Now here's Jason Freeman with the ball, trying to create something. He just throws it towards the net. It goes wide, but played by Shaw. And so kind of like what we saw back in September at Waynesboro, the Indians get the lead, and they're going to drop 10 guys back on defense.
There's a foul on Berman.
So Greencastle will have a free kick from the 45 just inside their side of the field.
Yeah, when Greencastle's have possession, they just have not been able to make that one dangerous connection or pass to get somebody in position to get a real good shot off, whereas Waynesboro's been able to do that.
And again, Waynesboro with 10 guys, 10 players in the box. Oberholzer throws it towards the net, and Shaw is there to make the save.
Fans getting a little rowdy here. There was a little bit of contact with the goalkeeper, and they did call it, but it wasn't that bad.
Now we have officials on the field and in the stands here tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
So a free kick for the Indians as they lead it 3-0 here 8 minutes into the second half.
Taking her time making this kick.
Well, with a 3-0 lead, I think we'll see a lot of that here in the second half. Up to midfield it goes. Jacobs pushes off Rohrbaugh, gets possession of the ball. Now it comes free as Jason Freeman gets a foot on it.
Ooh, and there's two guys got Freeman and another defender got tied up, and that's going to go against Greencastle.
Yeah, that's a case where the defender just steps in front of the offensive player running, and the offensive player runs up his back and gets called for the foul. So a free kick for the Indians. Back up to midfield it goes. Shetler tries to play it ahead. Jared Rohrbaugh there for the Blue Devils. As Smith takes it away from Noblet. Now Smith takes it past number 8, Brandon Steiner, up ahead to Oldham. Waynesboro on the move again. Oldham tries to go around Luke Bay.
That's going to be a dangerous play called against Oldham. He got bumped a little bit from behind, but not enough to make a foul call there.
But enough for him to go flying forward.
So he was laying on the ground and the ball was right there. So that's actually a good call by Steve Tanner.
So a free kick for the Blue Devils.
That time Oldham tried to weave his way to get another good pass off, and Greencastle's defense was up to the task that time.
Nice play there by Shetler to win that ball away from Luke Bay as the Indians look to work it down the field again. Now Greencastle gets possession back. Jared Rohrbaugh to Noblet. And a nice play there by Amante Smith to get in the way of that pass and slow the Blue Devils down. As Jared Rohrbaugh with the ball tries to go up ahead to Castillo. And again, Waynesboro continues to bottle up Castillo. He really hasn't been able to do much this evening as the Blue Devils' leading scorer this year. Now the ball again comes free as Connor Klein works it up ahead to Hockman. Rob Hockman, far side, tries to work it down the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think Waynesboro has done anything special against Castillo. They don't have one guy marking him, but whenever the ball is in his vicinity, they are tight on him.
So a throw in for the Indians, and a nice play there by Waynesboro to work the ball ahead. Down the far sideline, Waynesboro with possession. Up ahead to Oldham. He does a nice little pass and a shot into the box. Berman is there, can't quite get ahead on it. Ball comes free and is cleared away by number 8, Brandon Steiner. Now a battle for the ball at midfield as Lockstamper wins it from Castillo. And now there's some contact as a nice job there by Smith to win possession.
Foul after the play there.
And a foul will be called on Greencastle.
Yeah, that was Steiner kind of gave Smith a little shot after the play.
So a free kick for Waynesboro, 50 yards from the goal, as Bruce Niederer will take the kick from the 38-yard line. So we'll call it 48 yards away from the Blue Devil net, right in front of us on the near sideline. Niederer with a nice long kick into the box, headed by Berman, and Berman just took that ball away from the Greencastle goaltender. Davidson was about a step slow getting out there, and Berman with his second goal of the night as Waynesboro pours it on 4-0. The Indians with the lead, that goal coming at the 28-minute, 59-second mark of the second half.
Niederer will get the assist on that, but really that ball should have probably been, well, put it this way, Berman made a nice play. He kind of came from the side. I don't think Davidson saw him coming, and he thought he had that ball, in his hands, but Berman got there first and just ticked it over his head, and there was nobody back in the goal, and so Waynesboro makes it 4-0, and I would say that's pretty much it at this point.
That's well, considering Greencastle hasn't scored in over 3 halves of play against Waynesboro. So yeah, I think that was definitely the dagger right there.
Yeah,
I think the third goal probably might have been.
It might have been, but had Greencastle gotten one here, maybe. But I don't think that's going to happen now. So that was just a really nice hustle play by Berman. I honestly didn't see him coming until the last second. I don't think the defense did either. But all he did was just get a little piece of it on his head, and there's a handball.
Yeah, it's a little guided it just a little bit with the forearm.
Berman just got enough of that just to flip it over the goalkeeper's head, and that's all it needed.
So a handball called on the Indians. Greencastle will get the ball back on a free kick. Brandon Steiner will take the kick for Greencastle. His left-footed kick down the field right to Berman, who plays it up ahead to Oldham. And a whistle there. I'm not sure what that was. Apparently a foul called on the Blue Devils. So the teams will charge up to our right to get things set as Waynesboro puts the ball back in play on a short kick. Lockstamper with the ball, throws it into the box, cleared away by Steiner and out of play as the ball goes into the Greencastle student section.
I haven't seen any evidence of Waynesboro backing off here either. I think they kind of smell blood a little bit. And when Greencastle had free kicks, they dropped everybody back. But other than that, they're certainly still being aggressive on offense.
So substitutions for the Blue Devils. Looks like Nate Kirkwood and Nick Leske into the game for Greencastle. As a throw in by the Blue Devils. And a whistle there, and
foul against Waynesboro.
Apparently a foul. Didn't see that one, but it was called.
I think Niederer grabbed his jersey.
So a free kick for the Blue Devils. 26.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Greencastle trailing 4-0. As Waynesboro's Derek Berman with a goal here in the early part of the second half to extend the Blue Devil lead. Now here's Rohrbaugh to Castillo. Castillo gets it to Jason Freeman. He takes a shot that I think not deflected, but it goes out of bounds. So a goal kick for the Indians. And again, Greencastle's offense really no room to breathe at. They get the ball anywhere inside the 20-yard line. They have at least one, if not two, Waynesboro defenders right on them.
Yeah, Freeman actually did a pretty good job getting a shot off there. He just couldn't get it on target. That's only their second shot of the second half.
And there's a push by Kirkwood. So Waynesboro will get the ball back. And again, the Indians will.
I see they've given Berman a seat on the bench. He's certainly had the biggest impact on this game. 2 goals and 1 assist. And on top of that, we have a great vantage point up here in the press box. You can kind of see when he gets the ball, he's always looking around see what kind of pass he can get off. And he does not shy away from trying to make some long, direct passes on diagonals, which is kind of nice to see. You can see that from up here develop. A lot of times kids are looking for the closest person to get it to you know, get rid of it. But he wants his pass to really mean something. It's been very effective.
As Locke Stamper tries to get it up ahead to Hayden Oldham, ball goes out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for the Blue Devils. Clock now under 25 minutes to go here in the second half. Waynesboro with 3 goals in the first half, 1 goal in the second. They lead at 4-0. As again, a win tonight for Waynesboro, and then one more win against either Big Spring or JB will wrap up a Colonial Division crown for the Indians.
I think they have to win them both.
Yeah.
Unless Ship loses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. Well,
it's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, Waynesboro right now has a 1-game lead, so yeah, I guess they could end up tied with Shippensburg if they only win one. But Waynesboro will at least be guaranteed a share of the Colonial Division title.
I think they have James Buchanan Thursday. I'm not sure when they play Big Spring. I think it's a makeup.
Ball's loose in the box again, and there's a lot of contact down there.
It'll be push against Waynesboro.
Say as much contact as there was, that could have been called on just about anybody. Bodies bouncing off each other inside the box. Blue Devils will have a goal kick here as Luke Bay drives it up right to a Waynesboro player. As Oldham is bumped off the ball, and a foul will be called on Greencastle.
I think the officials are definitely calling us a little tighter than they did the first half.
So a free kick for the Indians.
So probably Niederer again.
As he lets his team get set, now he's going to put it to the far side of the net.
He put it in a good place.
I was going to say, that's about as perfect a place as you could put it. All Davidson could do was just punch it out of the way.
Yeah, he was kind of backpedaling and actually made a really nice play on that, because that looked like it was headed for the upper 90 there.
And then Locke Stanford tries to cross across the field too far out of bounds. And the Blue Devils will take possession of the ball as they look to try and get at least a goal here.
We have a couple other scores we can throw along here. Chambersburg boys soccer lost to Redland today, 1-0. That's definitely a big upset. That hurts Chambersburg's chances there. Chambersburg girls lead Redland 2-0 at halftime. See, Cumberland Valley boys are ahead 6-2 against Carlisle. I haven't seen a Greencastle Waynesboro score on here yet, girls.
1-0 at the half was the last we saw.
Yeah.
So they are probably well into this. I think they were a little bit ahead of us, so they should be well into the second half. Down the field goes Jared Rohrbaugh. Rohrbaugh was probably the best scoring attempt Greencastle's had since the first half, but a nice save there by Scholl for Waynesboro.
Yeah, Rohrbaugh just couldn't quite get enough on that. He had an opportunity. He had a step on his defender, but just couldn't quite get enough on it.
Greencastle looking to attack here. Jason Freeman with the ball. He tries to go to Castillo. He can't quite get it up ahead. Cleared out by Waynesboro. As Rohrbaugh tries to take it away from Robinson, but the ball ends up on the foot of Nick Lesky. Too far for Lesky. Cleared away by the Indians. And now here's Oldham on a long run as Cole Hummer does a nice job to get there and knock the ball free. But Oldham gets it back, puts a shot on goal. And a one-hop save for Gavin Davidson.
That was actually a good play by both guys there. Hummer made a real nice play to prevent Oldham from going straight to the goal. Oldham was able to get the ball back and get a shot off.
Scramble for the ball at the 50-yard line. Nate Kirkwood comes away with it for Greencastle. He goes up ahead to Lesky. Now here's Castillo with the ball back to Jared Rohrbaugh. Rohrbaugh's going to drop it for Joel Herman. Herman tried to get it back to Rohrbaugh, but a nice job there by the Waynesboro defense to knock that free. As the ball rolls across the sideline out of play, and a throw-in for Waynesboro as we approach the midway point of the second half. 20 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this one. Waynesboro with a 4-0 lead over the Blue Devils.
Coach Stum has the luxury of getting everybody on his bench into this game for a lot of minutes.
Now here's Smith and Noblet battling for the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians. So a throw in by Brandon Steiner. Now here's Castillo with the ball. He tries to go around Correll. He has no luck there. Now Rohrbaugh, he's going to try his luck to try and get free. Tries to turn, does find a little bit of space, has his shot blocked. Now Smith is there for Waynesboro. Rohrbaugh is going to try again. Can't get the ball to the net as that was blocked by Lockstamper. So Rohrbaugh able to find some space, take 2 shots. Neither one got to the net because the Waynesboro defense was there to block it.
Yeah, the second one looked like he had a lot on it, but it was right to the defender. That's going to be a corner kick for Greencastle.
Now a throw in headed by Lockstamper goes out of bounds. And Taylor Noblet will take the corner kick for the Blue Devils. Down to the final 19 minutes and 20 seconds of this one. As Noblet sends it goalward. Ball comes free. They're going to say it was dead. They're going to say it was,
I think
goalie did have possession, yeah.
So Shaw went up and caught it, and he kind of had to get around a Greencastle defender to do that, and I think he got a little bit extra nudge there, and
so
he was not able to come to his feet.
So a dead ball, and Waynesboro will have possession on a goal kick.
I think they're just saying that's where the foul happened.
Oh, okay. So
either way,
Niederer gets it back in play. Noblet tries to head it forward, but Berman is there. Now Berman gets it up to Smith. Smith down the far sideline. And that's number 28, Luke Bay, there for Greencastle to play it off of a Waynesboro player and out of bounds. So a throw in for the Blue Devils.
That's Brett Kaufman down there for Waynesboro.
Now a throw in headed by Smith back towards the Blue Devil goal where it will be picked up by Davidson. And he will survey the field as he looks to put the ball back in play. He's going to kick the ball back up to midfield right to a Waynesboro player as Berman heads it across to number 9, Connor Jacobs. Waynesboro with the ball on the far side. Nice play there by Kaufman. Waynesboro trying to get a run down that far sideline, too far, and the ball goes out of bounds. Blue Devils quickly back in play with the throw-in. Throw in a little too far. Waynesboro with possession of the ball. Scramble for the ball. Comes free to a Waynesboro player. Right there is number 2, Amonte Smith. He really couldn't get a whole lot on that shot with the left foot, and Davidson was there for the save.
Good positioning by Davidson, though. When the ball came across from the other side of the field, he moved over to the other post and was right there in position.
Waynesboro with 4 men on that rush, almost picking up their 5th goal of the game. Now here's Castillo trying to get it over to Jason Freeman on the far side. He's guarded by Niederer. They both go to the ground, a whistle.
So it's going to be against Waynesboro.
And that will be a free kick right in front of the corner flag.
Yep.
So we'll call it a slightly short corner kick.
Not your typical short corner, just a corner that's a little shorter.
As they kick it in probably about 5 feet in front of the corner flag. On the ground, played away easily by Waynesboro.
I think Freeman was trying to, if that had gotten the right angle and Greencastle player had been there, that would have been a good ball to take a shot on, but it never got through the defense.
Ball free at the top of the box. Castillo with it. He's surrounded by 3 Indians as the ball still being fought for. Now it comes clear to Jason Freeman, who tries to head it forward. But a nice job there by the Waynesboro defense to get the ball out of harm's way. Back up to midfield. Now Brandon Steiner with the ball for Greencastle. He gives it up to Nate Kirkwood. Kirkwood, middle of the field, tries to go far side to Rob Hockman. Hockman can't quite settle it. And Connor Jacobs will knock the ball up ahead to Berman as Berman tries to find some space. Ball comes free as Berman and Cole Hummer fight for the ball. And a smart play there by Berman. He just simply stopped and allowed Hummer to run into him and pick up the foul.
He got his spot on the field. He knew the ball was coming down, and the only way Hummer could get it is to go through him.
So a free kick for the Indians. 47 yards away from the Blue Devil goal, almost in the middle of the field. And again, Waynesboro in no real hurry to get things going.
Either just kicked the field goal right through the uprights.
Would have been an impressive feat in a football game. That would have been good from 47.
Yeah.
So a goal kick for Gavin Davidson of Greencastle as the clock ticks down to 15 minutes. And actually, Davidson will not take the goal kick. That will be Thomas Oberholzer, who will make the long run across the field to handle the kicking honors for Greencastle. Long kick up to around the 45-yard line, played on the ground by Berman. Now a scramble for the ball. Rohrbaugh comes away with it for Greencastle. He tries to get it ahead to Jason Freeman. Can't quite get it there. Nice job again by the Waynesboro defense to shut down the Greencastle passing lanes.
I think the one thing you can say is that Waynesboro's 3 midfielders of Trenton Shetler and Derek Berman and
Scramble in front. Jason Freeman with a shot was deflected. Came down to Castillo, who he tried to throw it on goal. His shot went wide.
Yeah, to finish that thought, and Connor Jacobs is a third. Those three have really done a great job of breaking up Greencastle. Any attacks before they really get started.
Now here's Smith and Noblet. Smith comes away with it. Ball comes free to Waynesboro. Long kick down the field, trying to get it. And down to the ground goes number 10, Hayden Oldham.
He's on the ground a lot, isn't he?
Ball free. Amonte Smith with the ball in a lot of space. He tries to just tries to settle it. Really couldn't. And then Greencastle almost kicks it out of the stadium to clear.
I think Smith thought there was a guy right on his back, but there wasn't. He had plenty of time, but it worked out okay.
Now a throw in for Lockstamper. He's going to double pump, and now he's going to throw it to the middle of the field. And a whistle.
Not sure what that was.
Substitution, maybe? I don't know why.
It must have been. Must have been late.
Yeah. That was a very late substitution.
Yeah, it was.
They stopped the clock for whatever reason. I don't know if it's an injury.
It might be blood.
Yeah, it could be.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, they did stop the clock at 13 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, but that's what it was.
And again, more substitutions for the Blue Devils. As Nick Leski comes into the game. Tanner Martin into the game.
I don't see anybody getting treated.
So after a bit of a delay, we'll restart the clock. And Waynesboro will have the throw in. Nice job there by Rohrbaugh to step in front of that, but the ball goes out of bounds. Waynesboro will keep possession. And we'll do it all again on the throw in. Nice job there by Waynesboro to head it over to Berman. Ball free in the box as Nick Leski clears it out. For the time being, drop back to the defense. That's number 3 with the ball. That's Liam Coulter, who making, I believe, his first appearance of the game. Shot there by number 21. I believe that's who that was. Josh Clapsaddle. His shot goes high and wide out of play.
So an update on the girls' game. Greencastle takes a 2-0 lead over Waynesboro. Riley Gelsinger scored with under 6 minutes to play. That'd be a little bit of an upset, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. Now here's Waynesboro with the ball. Berman goes far side. Now up ahead, that's Oberholzer steps in front. Oberholzer tries to clear it, but right back to Waynesboro. That's Lockstamper up to Smith. Smith tries to go around Joel Herman, but Luke Bay is right there to take possession of the ball and get it up ahead to Noblet. Now Connor Jacobs does a nice job just to take the ball right away from Noblet.
Jacobs have been pretty tough on defense.
Almost too easy on that one.
Yep.
Blue Devils get the ball back as Joel Herman and Smith battle for it.
That'll be against Smith.
Clock down to 11 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the second half. Again, Waynesboro leading it 4-0. 3 first-half goals for the Indians. 1 goal here in the second half as the Blue Devils continue to look to put the ball in the net against the Indians. Long kick ahead there by Oberholzer. 1 hop right to the goaltender, Bryson Shaw.
Kind of surprising that ball even dropped in the box, but actually made it easier for Shaw to make a routine play on it.
Battle at midfield for the ball. Waynesboro comes away with it. Now Hummer with a nice job to head that ball out of trouble. Now Berman tries to settle it. He can't. Luke Bay comes away with it. He gets up ahead to Martin. Martin goes to Rohrbaugh, too far for Rohrbaugh. But Jason Freeman is there for Greencastle at midfield. Freeman with some space. He sends it up ahead to Martin. Martin trying to run it down, but a little too far for him. And the ball will go across the end line. And that will be a goal kick for the Indians. As some fans starting to head out here, trying to beat the traffic.
There is a decent crowd here, I will say that. Not so much on the other side of the field, but in the home stands here.
I think everybody sits on this side, so.
True.
Down to 10 minutes on the clock as the ball put back in play.
I'll call him push against Waynesboro there.
And a foul called, so Greencastle will have a free kick from around the Waynesboro 40-yard line. Yeah, we'll call it the 45, so 55 yards away from the Waynesboro goal, as Thomas Oberholzer will let it fly from there. And that's exactly what he does, into the box. And again, Shaw is there, coming out strong to pull that from the sky.
Yeah, those free kicks are coming down right about 3 or 4 yards inside the 18, and Shaw's been, and they've been high enough. He's had time to come out and measure them and make a nice play on them every time.
Now Joel Herman tries to work it ahead to Nick Lesky. Too far for Lesky as Waynesboro clears. Now a loose ball as Luke Bay goes cross field to Tanner Martin. Too far for Martin as he is able to keep it in play, but just kicks it down the far sideline across the end line. So an easy goal kick for the Indians. Clock now under 9 minutes to go here in the second half. More substitutions. Tyler Hanasek into the game for Waynesboro. Rob Hockman back in the game for Greencastle. Taylor Noblet also checking in for the Blue Devils.
I would say just about everybody on both rosters got a good workout tonight.
Ball loose as Jason Freeman tries to head it forward to Castillo, just too far for him. And again, Shaw, as he's done all night, right there to pick up the loose ball. Battle at midfield. Rohrbaugh knocked to the ground and a foul called.
I would say the officials are calling us pretty tight right now. I don't think it's because it's been a rough game. I just think they want to make sure nothing breaks out here.
So again, Greencastle with a free kick just on their side of the 50-yard line. Oberholzer lets it fly into the box. 3 Waynesboro defenders right there to clear as they knock the ball over the near sideline. So a throw in for the Blue Devils.
We're up to 28 fouls now combined.
Jason Freeman to throw it in for the Blue Devils. As he lets it fly into the box, Waynesboro does a nice job again to clear. Loose ball to Oberholzer. He gets a foot on it, shoots it wide, but Shaw is there to pick up the loose ball.
It was a good throw in by Freeman there. I like the height that it came in there. Just didn't find any of the teammates until the second ball.
Ball headed forward by Greencastle, cleared away by Waynesboro. Down on the far side, Cole Hummer there to clear the ball away from Hayden Oldham. But it will result in a Waynesboro throw-in.
Waynesboro's actually had a few more long balls this half because it looks like they're dropping people back from the front, just letting Oldham up there. And they've just been lofting some balls up there, let him chase down, and then everybody else kind of follows in later.
Locke Stanford going to tie his shoes. Now he's going to throw it in. Ball in the box right to Jared Rohrbaugh.
Somebody should tell him when it's 4-0, you don't have to do that. 1-0 maybe.
Now Greencastle looking to push forward, trying to get it ahead. But again, too far for the Blue Devil offensive player as the ball's chipped back in the middle of the field. Some miscommunication there by a couple of Blue Devils. And Tyler Hanasek able there to come in and win the ball for Waynesboro. Now here's Berman with the ball. He's just going to let it fly. Nice job there by Luke Bay to head it out of trouble. Hanasek in the middle of the field. He loses it to Cole Hummer. Hummer gets it over to Hockman. Hockman trying to create something on the near side. Gets it up ahead. Trying to get it to Castillo. Nice job there by number 6, Jackson Cordell, to clear the
You've
ball.
gone the whole game without confusing those two. That's pretty good.
Out of harm's way. Now here's Jacobs with the ball. Jacobs just going to drop it back as Waynesboro is trying to run the clock out here. The final 5.5 minutes of this one. Ball comes free as Berman runs up the back of a Greencastle defender. And the ball comes free and is grabbed by Davidson.
Yeah, I think Berman kind of stepped on the foot of the Greencastle defender because he was behind him. There's certainly no foul on that, but he went down pretty hard.
Now Greencastle up ahead. Noblet's going to try and chip it up ahead to Jason Freeman. Nice job again by the Waynesboro midfield. As the ball on the sideline, out of bounds, last touch by the Indians. Clock now under 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Again, Waynesboro leading this one 4-0, a game that's been all Indians as they've controlled the game from start to finish.
They got the first goal 12 minutes in and the second goal 15 minutes in, and since that time it's pretty much been domination.
So a throw in by the Blue Devils. And then a foul called. Now Greencastle with a quick start on the free kick.
And we had going to be a time here for a card, I believe.
Couldn't really see what he did. But Jason Freeman's going to get the yellow card. And that'll be it for him this evening.
I don't think that was anything physical. I didn't see it unless he kind of bumped him after the play.
Eric Bruner wants to know what happened. He'll get an explanation from the official. And the best thing we could do now is just get the clock running and let's get this game over with. As the official slowly walks back down the field. He's in no hurry. And Waynesboro will restart the game here with a free kick from inside their own 10-yard line. And that's exactly what they do. Up ahead, Nate Kirkwood steps in front of that. Now Kirkwood tries to get it ahead to Castillo. Castillo chips it into the box looking for Kirkwood. And once again, Shaw is there to grab the loose ball.
Bryson Shaw has played a pretty good game. He hasn't had any real difficult plays to make, but every time he's had to come out, make a play to keep an offense from getting anything going, he's done a good job of it.
Yeah, he really hasn't had any tough saves, but he's done a lot of
breaking up plays.
Good things very well, I guess is the best way to say it.
He does not stay on his line. He definitely comes out frequently to get the ball, which is that can stop offenses real quick.
Yeah, he's made correct decisions all night long. And again, he's about to record his second shutout of the season over the Blue Devils.
There's one stat I forgot to mention. I was looking at Waynesboro stats before the game, and they've until tonight, they only had one goal. It was a header. They have 2 tonight. So they tripled their amount in one night.
Interesting stat.
Yeah. That's not one. That's most teams give you stats. They're pretty basic. Waynesboro had a nice long spreadsheet, and there's some interesting stuff on there.
Just receiving word, a final from Waynesboro. The Greencastle girls hang on to pick up a 2-1 victory over the Waynesboro Maidens in Colonial Division play tonight from Waynesboro. So a nice win for Katie Herman's team as they pick up the 2-1 victory over Waynesboro. Ball out of bounds on the far side will be back to possession by the Blue Devils. Quick throw into Kirkwood. Kirkwood looks to go to Noblet. Noblet with the ball. He up ahead to Kirkwood, middle of the field with it. He tries to make a play, can't do it. Again, Waynesboro's defense seemed to deflect Greencastle passes all night long.
They've been able to stick that foot in there and just deflect balls.
Now Noblet throws it ahead. Comes free and pushed towards the net by Kirkwood, but Shaw again there to pick up the loose ball.
Shaw has played out from from his line frequently tonight, but Greencastle just had no space to even really take a long shot to try to test him because the Waynesboro defenders are on him so fast.
Ball played out of bounds by Greencastle. Throw in for the Indians. Clock now down to 1:45 as they battle on the far side. And there's Greencastle trying to get it up ahead to Castillo. And Shull's just going to kick it out this time.
Didn't get a great foot on that, but it went to his teammate, so that's okay.
Now here's Lockstamper with the ball. He's going to work it around Kirkwood, gets it up ahead, too far for Shetler as Jared Rohrbaugh tries to work it ahead. He loses possession. Now the ball up to Berman. Berman's going to throw it towards the net, headed by Luke Herman, right back to the goalkeeper.
Good play by Herman there. Pretty quick thinking there.
Under a minute to go here in this one from Greencastle, as the Indians about to wrap up a 4-0 victory here this evening. As Nate Kirkwood with the ball for Greencastle, he goes far side to Noblet. Noblet in the box, has some room. Noblet with a shot goes wide of the net.
That was probably Greencastle's closest chance of the night.
So Noblet's shot goes wide. And now Waynesboro just looking to run out the final 30 seconds of the game here. And they may not even put the ball in play.
Yeah, they might finally kick it, but there won't be play on it really.
Clock now under 15 as Waynesboro is just going to do a little short free kick. And that will wrap things up here as the clock ticks down to 5 seconds. Niederer with the ball. He just wisely kicks it out of play as the clock ticks down to 0. And Waynesboro domination continues as Waynesboro picks up their second shutout of the season over Greencastle. They won 2-0 in Waynesboro last month. They are victorious 4-0 this evening in a game played on senior night in Greencastle. So the Indians will improve their record to 10-5-1 on the season, 7-2-1 in the Colonial Division. Greencastle falls to 11-6. They are 8-4 now in the Colonial Division. Greencastle with 1 game left to play here in the regular season. That will be Saturday at Chambersburg, while Waynesboro still with division games left against James Buchanan and Big Spring, as they look to win out and wrap up the Colonial Division title, which will break a 4-year string held by Greencastle.
That's pretty impressive, though, 4 years in a row. I have to say, they've had a good run, no question of that.
So Waynesboro again victorious tonight here, 4-0 over the Blue Devils. We're going to take a break, and we will be back with the post-game show. You're listening to Blue Devil Soccer on WRGG 93.7 FM, WRGG.org, and MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Underwear. To kids, it's a funny word. Underinsured. To grown-ups, not so funny. While they're both about coverage, most people don't know they're probably underinsured. And it makes sense. They tried to save a few bucks, pressed a few buttons, and click, bing, boom, a policy. But at Erie Insurance, our policies can be tailored to meet your needs, like our guaranteed replacement cost coverage. So if the worst happens, you can rebuild your entire home, no matter what it costs. It's the coverage a grown-up like you deserves, at fair prices that often beat the other guys. Talk to Erie about what's right for exactly where you are in life, not over or under where you are. And yes, I just said underwear again.
Your local Erie agent is Antrim Insurance Agency, 717-593-0500.
Guaranteed replacement costs subject to conditions and limitations. Go to erieinsurance.com/Erie Secure Home or talk to your Erie agent for more information.
Erie Insurance.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. As a community bank based right here in South Central PA, F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. From fast mobile banking to saving reliably for retirement, F&M Trust really partners with you to help keep your life in sync. That's banking done your way. That's F&M Trust. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC.
Let the proven experts at Greencastle Notary Services handle your vehicle title and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Instant registration for Pennsylvania, ATV and boat registration for Pennsylvania only. Greencastle Notary Services can take care of all your vehicle documentation needs. Greencastle Notary Services is conveniently located in downtown Greencastle near the post office at 38 East Baltimore Street. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 1. Phone 717-597-3600.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. For a very limited time, we have 0% APR for 60 months and up to $3,250 cash back on F-150s. The Edge has 0% for 60 months plus $1,500 cash back. The Versatile Escape has 0% for 60 months. This won't last, so go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today. Does this look like Tom Cruise? He's shorter, right?
You can count on Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle for all your heating and cooling needs. Same-day service, free estimates, 24-hour emergency services, and free second opinions. Phone 717-597-9900 or visit us online at premierhvacpa.com. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals.
Welcome back to Greencastle Lanterns School District Campus, Cayley Field, Greencastle and Waynesboro. The post-game show, Greencastle dropping a 4-0 decision to Waynesboro this evening on senior night from Greencastle in a game, Ed, that Waynesboro pretty much dominated from start to finish.
They did. Greencastle had a little bit of a push there early in the game, but once Waynesboro scored, they pretty much had it. And that kind of shows in the stats. The Indians had 15 shots to Greencastle's 9. But only 3 of those 15 shots were not on goal, which makes a big difference. Davidson had 7 saves for Greencastle, and there it is. Shaw had 4 for Waynesboro. Corner kicks were 3-2 actually in Greencastle's favor. The goal scoring, Trenton Shetler had the first goal, headed in a corner kick from Caleb Robinson. 12 minutes into the game. 3 minutes later, Hayden Oldham scored on an assist from Derek Berman. And then probably the killer goal was 1:05 left in the first half. Berman scored on an assist from Oldham. And then in the second half, the only goal was scored by Berman again on a header off a free kick from Bruce Niederer.
So again, Waynesboro victorious tonight here, 4-0 over the Blue Devils. Once again, the victory raises Waynesboro's record on the season to 10 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. The Blue Devils fall to 11-6 on the season. Greencastle will wrap up the regular season on Saturday at Greencastle, and then they will most likely, almost certainly, have a district playoff game, probably, and again, we'll say most likely on the road 2 weeks from tonight. Waynesboro with a win tonight, win last night over Mechanicsburg, should put them back in the mix for one of the final spots in Quad A for the PIAA District 3 playoffs. Again, Waynesboro with games remaining against JB and Big Spring, again needing those to wrap up the division title and also try and earn them a spot in the District 3 playoffs. We're going to wrap things up here from Greencastle, and we will be back on Saturday, Ed and myself, to bring you the Greencastle-Chambersburg game. And for Ed Gottwals, I'm John Freeman, and we will send it back to Gary Klein in the studio to wrap things up.
Okay, thank you, John. Operating the camera tonight is India Smith Bussey, and tonight's game has been a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com. And tonight's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting has been brought to you by F&M Trust. If your banking relationship feels too distant lately, switch to F&M Trust. F&M is trustful. Local, and make sure banking is done your way every day. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC. By Antrim Insurance, by the Franklin County Visitors Bureau, by Keystone Ford, Del Martin Incorporated, by Shippensburg Physical Therapy, by Greencastle Eye Care Center, by Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, by Greencastle Notary Services, by Franklin Hardware, by Blue Heron Events, and by Antrim Diesel, by Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, by the United States Air Force, and by Mondor Pharmacy, Olympian Athletics, and Clyde Tours. For John Freeman and Ed Gottwals, I'm Gary Clyde, thanking you for joining us tonight from Cayley Field in Greencastle. Once again, tonight's final score, Waynesboro 4, Greencastle nothing. Good night, everyone.